Hey, Ndula Kwame, Zambia Muna Kiambote, Makutu Lukwaye, Mukwenda Yeto. Salam alaikum, alaikum Makwenda Nsara, que Zambia de Lukutara con mucho Masimene, mucho Sara Sara. Que Zambia de Lukutara con mucha sombra, mucho Simbo. Shout out to all of you. It's been a while. I've been very, very, very busy, guys, working on some projects. Went to Los Angeles. Sorry about the shaking. Went to Los Angeles. Five new Pinos were born this weekend. Three new Pinos were born, and on top of that, I have a lot of projects that I'm working on. Working on a palo association with a lot of famous Latin American tatas, Cuban tatas. So I've been busy working on paperwork for the association, translating things for the association. I'm not the president of the association. I'm just one of the founding members of the association. A lot of well-known Cuban tatas. But anyways, I want to touch a topic today because it's the third time this was asked, and we're gonna be talking about el ñampe. We're gonna be talking about kiyso. We're gonna be talking about el lembe, hueso, which is going almost to the same thing in different ways of saying. But the most common terminology is kiyso, which just translates to bone. I try not to use a lot of Congo words so you guys can understand its raw form in pure English. Even though I have a big accent, a heavy accent, I try my best. Um, so a lot of people are like, look, when we go to Kuninfinda, Campo Infinda, or plain English to the cemetery, and we gather a bone, we pick a bone, we take the bone, it doesn't mean that that bone has a spirituality. Because a lot of people do that, or they buy it online, which is fine, right? And they just go ahead and place it in the nganga without doing a ritual to it, without pulling a spirituality into it. We have an understanding that that bone has a certain vibration of what that person used to be, but that spirit is not there anymore. So therefore, we have to do an ensara, we have to do a ritual, we have to pull that spirituality into that kiyso. And a lot of houses do it in different ways. A lot of houses will actually prepare the bone like it's in Kuni and Diadia. The in Kuni and Diadia that goes in the fondo canasta, or what we call encanuto, which they pack it and they do some things to it, which I'm not going to get into detail. And I'm not saying a lot of houses do this, most of the houses, because I've been in a lot of places, seen different ways of doing things, speak to elders. They explain the different ways of doing things. And many people get that part confused, that they think that because they go to the cemetery and get a quiso, or they order a kiyso from online, that they automatically have a spirit in there. Yo Congo hala con mi maña. The ceremony is very complex in order for you to pull that spirituality. And then the hard part is in order for you to keep that spirituality within the kiyso. Like for example, most people like to use kisengele. And there's a reason why kisengele is used because kisengele is very important in an initiation. Yo piaco piaco, derechito como en ganga manda, como guardarraya manda. There's a ceremony that is done, and I'm not saying when I talk, guys, I'm talking about my experience and our my lineage. Whatever your godfather does, or if you don't know the meaning from your godfather, ask your godfather. Always respect your godfather. Always respect what your elders and your lineage tell you. What I speak and it's on a personal level and from other places that I seen. But I always have to keep in mind that not every contienda, not every moon and so will have the same ceremony. There is what we call the ABCs, el ABC of the ceremonies, which is the universal things that everybody does the same. If you got your enkimba laying down, hey, good for you. If you got your enkimba or sakirile or rayamiento or scratching like a lot of people call it, but I'll refer as sakirile. If you have that sitting down, good for you. If you got it standing up, good for you. Some people do the signs, the cutting from the waist down only. Hey, that's their problem. We do it all over the body. Some people do it from the waist up. Hey, that's the secret of that lineage. Some people go by tratados that everything they do, like in us in Brahma con Brahma, there's a mambo for every little step. Everybody is different. Doesn't mean that it was done right. Doesn't mean that it was done wrong. It's the secrets of that moon and so. And I'm not anyone to just criticize. There's a part where it is wrong. Yes, we have understanding when an Nkimba is done wrong or when an Nganga is built incorrect. But other times, why people will say an Nganga is built incorrect is because if I take my Nganga to a Santo Cristo buen viaje, he's not gonna understand Brahma con Brahma because every Munanzo tiene su golpe. Every Munanzo has its touch. Every lineage has its touch, its secret. Some people put the stick straight down. Some people crush the sticks. Some people do other things at the bottom of the stick. They wrap some things at the bottom of the stick. Um, and that is something that is we see all the time. And it's like if it's not done the way my godfather taught, it is wrong. Yes, you're absolutely right. It is wrong for you, but it's not wrong for the godchild who got that in Ganga done at the other house because you don't know the secrets of that house. But you're absolutely wrong. Right. Sorry, you're absolutely right. It is wrong in your lineage. And if that godchild needs to be part of that lineage, then that godchild needs to receive. Now, I'm going to say something, and I'm going to give you all an advice. If you are a Tata Nganga, because this is a question that I was asked a while ago, and now that I'm speaking, I'm remembering. If you are a Tata Nganga and you have an Nganga, there's no freaking reason for you to go get adopted because your own Nganga is the one that's going to give you sombra. When I talk about adoption, it's those who do not have Nganga. If you come and you say, I'm a Tata Nganga, right? Unless your Nganga was done completely wrong. right? In the eyes of that tata who doesn't know, and that person is saying, I want to be a part of this, I really want a part of this, right? If you come to another moon and so, and you already have an enganga, and that enganga, that receptacle is doing everything good for you, right? It's not failing you, it's working for you. Then stay with that. Do not get adopted. Do not get sombra. That's a scam. I, let me stop myself because I know people are gonna get booty hurt. Okay, because they're always gonna use words to justify why they did things like that. If you're begging someone to be that you want to be part of that because you still don't feel like you know enough, that is fine. That you become a part of the moon and so, and then later down the road, receive an enganga from that and so. But don't have them take apart yours. It's working. It's doing everything fine. Why would you mess something that is working? The best thing for you, as a recommendation, is that you do not go looking for a house and you get sombra from your own pot and just go look for a responsible tata to teach you. Do not get reinitiated because now that you have an enganga, you have godchildren. Why are you gonna go get adopted? Why are you gonna go get sombra from someone else? Doesn't make sense. You're an elder with godchildren and everything, right? Or at least with one godchild. Why are you gonna go get sombra and then we start all over and now you're jumping from lineage to lineage? The most common sense is for you to get sombra from your own pot and fire a responsible tata that you can be part of his community and work with him and say, hey, yo, I'll teach you. I'll take you in and I'll teach you. There's no cutting involved. There's no mengat for enfumbe tu fatu fatu, right? There's no let me make a masanga to you and put in there because you can't serve two different people at the same time, or you can work. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna confuse you guys there. So going back because I got off the topic. I'm notorious for that. Let's go back again. A kiyso does not come with the Enfumbi and and Enfumbi for me personally doesn't mean demon. Okay, it is the same thing that when we say it's not sermonized or not fundamented. It doesn't have the foundation, fundamentado. It doesn't have any ceremonies. It's an empty kiyso that has a vibration of something. For those that are building their own things, understand that that kiyso needs ceremony. You need to know how to jalar la astralidad, how to pull the spirit, okay? How to pull the energy, how to pull those astros from for that spirit. What time of the night you have to do it? What part of the moon is it that you have to do it? It's a lot to do with this. It's not just let me make stuff up. But even then, if you do it, those even then, okay? Because I gotta be honest, there are rules that we have to follow, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. At the end of the day, if it works for you, it works for you. That's all that we look for. That is working for you. That is doing what you want because that's what you might need. So it's different things, but I also have to tell you what other people will tell you, and they'll say this is the ABCs on how we trapped and we put in there, and it's that simple. Well, I'm gonna cut this video before I talk more than I'm supposed to talk and uh, say more things that I don't want to say because then it's like, hey man, you're revealing too many secrets and you're doing this and you're doing that, you know. And now that my Munanso is part of a well-known organization, association, I have to also watch myself because I represent my Munanso and that association. Um, and as the elder, I don't want to get ourselves in trouble, so there's not much that we could say. But anyways, salam alaikum, alaikum kwenden Sara, endula kwame sambia muna kiamboto, y que sambia te locutara con mucho más Jiménez. En Mokutu Lukwaye. Till next video. Bye bye. Mhm.